It calls out chaos, destruction, and beauty. It calls out our physical pleasure, health and safety, the potential to become parents, the flow of our emotions, a letting go of certainty and structure, a connection to who we really are. Do you want to write together? I'm offering a small writing group for the month of November. Writing can be lonely, and it's hard to be accountable sometimes only to ourselves. For 1 month, we are going to support each other in expressing ourselves bravely and beautifully, because our voices matter more than ever. See the link in the show notes for details. I'd love to have you. Enjoy the podcast. This post, so hard to write. I've written thousands of words about why I shouldn't write it, all my feelings, which is why I must. Because at the bottom of all those feelings and worries, this little bird still remains. Love and sex feels like a little bird chirping outside my window and bringing slight tears to my eyes with its beauty. It's there. A surprise longing in the midst of a solitary life. I'm doing what I know in my bones I'm supposed to be doing. Writing and podcasting daily. I'm in flow. The other areas of my life are in process. They're going well. But this piece niggles. My being and my body want more. In 2024, I had a fantasy. 5 days. I wanted 5 days away with someone to focus on our emotional and sexual connection, where the connection came first. Not sightseeing, not visiting friends, not activities, but intimacy, environment, food, time, centered around what we could build together in those 5 days. It's not the act of sex exactly that I want, though it is. It's the purity of heart. I love everyone I sleep with. Always have. I've learned to allow the love without expectation and without losing myself in them energetically. This took a lot of time and a lot of pain, and it's very much a day-to-day work in progress. I love the ability to express my energy fully in lovemaking and the inner aliveness I receive in return. I love giving that to my partner. I long for regular, ongoing, emotional, physical, and sexual intimacy. Sex with dignity and a mutual cultivation of the communication, time, and environment that deepens the connection. Sex with reverence for each other and for life. Sex that makes us better people, more alive, more mindful, more caring in all the ways. It should relax and enliven us both, inspiring us forward into living our most deepest truths. Sex touches the wild core. It's real, beyond concept. The most powerful people in the world fall at its altar. Its force is strong, strong, strong. It calls out chaos, destruction, and beauty. It calls out our physical pleasure, health and safety, the potential to become parents, the flow of our emotions, a letting go of certainty and structure, a connection to who we really are. Sex lives at the mystery of here and not here, how we came to be. There is something in this drive, whatever form it takes, that calls us into something mystical, that orgasmic moment when we forget ourselves. We're called forward into this mini death. So much is created and destroyed on the altar of sex. Sex is a meaningful, life-giving part of the human experience that deserves our serious attention and prioritization. Yet shame and fear have us living out splits as if it wasn't the most important drive to almost every human. We do everything we can to lock it down, to split it off, to terrible result. We lock it away in the patriarchal privacy of marriage, objectify bodies, allow violence and abuse, keep the world at the brink of survival without energy or time for sex, put dating apps right beside Uber Eats, and commit to pornography above real human interaction. So I am unwilling to accept the game of seduction in the way it gets played these days. I don't accept lies. I'm in friends first mode. I want to see how you live, how you treat me and others as people when they're not sexual pursuits. I'm done with confusion masquerading as connection or living at the mercy of other people's unexamined patterns. And at the same time, it's heartbreaking to me that we are missing out on each other, that we've become so transactional and unaware, that we've traded pop psychology for depth, that we can't be with ourselves, so we either struggle to be with others or exhaust others with our needs, or both. Can we build capacity to bear the transformational fire that is stoked through sexual connection? Work through the things that come up rather than discard them the moment it's not what we pictured? I have hope. There's a scene in James Michener's Hawaii when, after a night of dancing and connection around the fire, the village retires to their huts and the sounds of lovemaking can be heard throughout the valley. Some of my most precious life moments have been as part of the goddess chorus, screaming in pleasure amongst other women doing the same. And of course, I'm not suggesting we can go back to boundaryless sexual freedom. We can't. Now we must be careful because there is so much sexual darkness amongst us, so little awareness of power dynamics. But the answer isn't repression. It's the cultivation of powerful, safe, sexual light. I'm devoted to it. I know I'm not the only one. It's free. It's ours. It's healing. It's our birthright. I'm choosing to lean into desire without expectation of outcome, knowing I'm one of many holding a candle for everyone, for a way of life we've mostly lost. I'm choosing to live alive, sexually alive without losing energy to entanglements and pursuits, trusting that if connection is to come to me, it will, and that my aliveness does not depend on the presence of a man. Remember when we met in person? Remember those days? Those days will return. They have to. One way or another, we will find each other again. Will it be in our lifetime? I do not know. But the answer is not to lose myself in chases of experiences, but to root in my own dignity and trust that others are being called to the same. Trust. Romantic love is a treasure, a gift from spirit. It brings us alive, makes us tingle, helps us access emotions, thoughts, visions, longings. It calls out a depth of maturity to maintain the connection. It calls us to grow. It's worth cultivating when it comes. It's worth resisting what we think it should be and allowing it to be what it is. It's worth the work of communicating directly how we feel and think. The hearts and bodies of each other are at stake. It's a place to grow up and inhabit. I commit to being more open and brave when it comes to what I want, in balance with not expending energy grasping for it. What alchemy! And I hope you will too. We need it. We need the aliveness, the courage, the openness, the emotional release, the physical release, the hugs, the reverence, the peace. It's our power, and it must not be thwarted. We meet online, but the real work happens off screen. A reminder to all of us to step outside, feel the earth beneath our feet, take a breath of fresh air, and remember who we are.